Hello, this is Venn diagram lesson 2. In this I will discuss basics of two variables Venn diagram. Now first question arises in the mind where the Venn diagrams are used. There are so many areas where you can apply the Venn diagrams, but these Venn diagrams are generally used for question related to survey. For example, a survey conducted by Times of India of 150 people. The total number of respondents in the survey was 150, out of which 90 likes tea, 120 likes coffee, 10 like none of the two drinks, and some people like both of them. Now in such questions, if you try to think, it looks very confusing because 90 likes tea, 120 likes coffee, total should be how much? 210, and there are 10 also who does not like anything, so total must be 220. But the question initially says that only 150 people surveyed, so how it's possible? Now to avoid this confusion, the Venn diagram gives you a very easy solution for such kind of question. I will explain this question in the last after explaining the basics of Venn diagram. Next is how many types of Venn diagrams we have. We can have two variables Venn diagram. It means that a survey might conducted for the people for choice of tea and coffee. Only two variables are there. It could be three variable Venn diagram where there are three variables: tea, coffee and milk. When the people are surveyed for three variables, do you like coffee, do you like tea, do you like milk, how many of like both, how many of like all the three, for such questions we will use three variable Venn diagram. There could be a four variable Venn diagram when people are surveyed for four variable. It could be tea, coffee, let's say milk and juice. When the people were asked question related to their favorite drink, out of four drink, tea, coffee, milk and juice, which of them they like, either they like one or they like two or they like three or they like all of them. So in such cases we will use the four variable Venn diagram. So in this class or in this lesson I will discuss the basics of two variables Venn diagram. Here I made two variable Venn diagram. In this a survey was conducted among some persons. For tea and coffee, two variables are there. T circle represent A and B. A means number of respondent, B is also number of respondent, C is also total number of respondent in only coffee, and D is the also number of respondent. So total respondent would be how much? Can I say total respondent in a survey? Total number of persons who was invited for the survey was A plus B plus C plus D. These are total number of persons who are invited for the survey. When I say only tea, it means that the people who like only tea, they don't like coffee. So it will be A, because A represents only tea. B, when I say B are the persons who like tea as well as coffee, because this is a common reason. B is a common between tea and coffee. So when I say only tea, it means that A are the number of people who like only tea. Same way only coffee, it will be C. Only coffee means C. These are the people who like only coffee. B will not be included because B like tea also. When I say tea, tea means the total number of persons who like tea. They may like coffee, may not like coffee. So when I say tea, tea means the complete circle of tea. That means A plus B. When I say tea, it means a complete circle of tea. All the elements within the circle of tea will be included. A plus B. When I say coffee, coffee means all the elements that are there in the coffee circle, that is B plus C. Exactly one drink. Exactly one drink means that we want to find the number of people who like only one drink. They don't like both. It means A and C, where A likes only tea and C like only coffee. We won't include B because B are the number of people who like both the drink. We won't include B. Exactly two drinks. Now exactly two drinks means that we need to find the number of people who like both of the drink or exactly two drink. It means B. Tea and coffee is the same thing as exactly two drink. When I say tea and coffee, it means that number of people who like both the drink, tea as well as coffee. Again B. B are the number of persons who like tea as well as coffee. Now at least one drink. At least means minimum one drink. Though we need to find the number of persons who like at least one drink. It means that they like one drink or more than one drink. It means that we need at least one means more than one drink. So we count the people who like one drink as well as we count the persons who like both of the drink. So A plus C, these are the persons who like one drink, plus B who like both the drinks. So at least one drink means that we will count all the people who are there within the circles of tea and coffee. A plus B plus C. Tea or coffee, it means that it's the same thing as at least one drink. Tea or coffee, you can say that tea union coffee is the same thing. Tea union coffee is the same thing. Whether you can say tea or coffee, or you can say that tea union coffee. They are the two same things. Tea union coffee means we have to include all the elements that are there in the tea as well as coffee circle. Again, it means that A plus B plus C. Union or is the same thing. So very important, these two are the same. At least one drink or tea or coffee, these two are the same thing. When I say tea or coffee, it means that those people who like tea, those people who like coffee, and both those people who like both the drink. Very important, not tea. When I say not tea, it means that I don't need to count the people who like tea. I need to avoid the people who like tea. I have to count the number of people who don't like tea. Not tea means out of the circle of tea. It means C plus D, where C are the persons who like only coffee and D who like none of the two drinks. D is the number of persons, number of people who like none of the two drinks, because they are outside both the circles. So not tea means outside the tea circle. When I say not tea, it means that outside the tea circle. We have to take anything that is outside the tea circle. Not tea means we don't have to include anything within the tea. Not coffee means simply means that outside the coffee circle. Outside the coffee circle we have A plus D. A plus D is the outside the coffee circle. You have to, this is A plus D, outside the coffee circle. None of the two drinks, it means that D are the respondents who like none of the two drink. So none of the two drinks is D. Very important, tea plus coffee. What will be tea plus coffee? It means that we need to count all the values of tea plus all the values of coffee. So all tea means A plus B, plus coffee means B plus C. So when I say tea plus coffee, it means that A plus C plus twice of B. What this formula become? A plus C means exactly one drink, and 2B means twice of exactly two drinks. Exactly two drinks means those number of people who like both the drink. So this formula will come T plus coffee will equals to exactly 1 plus twice of exactly 2 in two variables Venn diagram. Now if I say, if I explain few more, at most one drink. If I want to calculate at most one drink, number of respondents who like at most one drink, they would be how much? At most one drink, maximum 1 and minimum could be 0. At most means the value should be less than equals to one drink. So we will count one drink as well as plus no drink. That is the meaning of at most. Maximum should be one drink. So maximum 1, minimum could be 0. One drink would be A plus C, no drink would be D. So if I say at most one drink, the number of people who like at most one drink would be A plus C plus D. Now let's discuss the question I initiated in the first slide. There are 150 persons who we surveyed. How the Venn diagram will be made, I will just make for you. Total number of respondents you have to write here. 150 were total number of respondents. Now what the question says that 90 people like tea and some like coffee. So tea circle is there. This is the coffee circle. Tea circle means the value is 19. There are 90 persons who like tea. Coffee is 120 total. Total number of people who like coffee is 120. Now 10 like none. We will write here. We don't know how many like both the drinks. So we assume that they are X. They are X. Now total number of respondents who like T are 90, out of which this is value is x, so this value must be 90 minus x, because total T circle must make 90. If this is x, this must be 90 minus x. If this complete coffee circles is 120, this must be 120 minus x. Now total number of respondents within the circles must be 140, because there are 150 person in total, out of which 10 like none. Those who like at least one drink are how much? Those who like at least one drink are 140, because total are 150, out of which 10 like none. So they are, by common sense, 140 persons who like at least one drink. And they are how much? When I say at least one drink, I just explained you recently that we have to include those who like one drink and those who like two drinks. So those who like one drink are 90 minus x plus 120 minus x. These are the persons who like one drink plus two drink, that is x. So this 140 will become how much? 90 plus 100, this is 210, minus x minus 2x plus x, this is minus x. So you will get x is equals to 70. So 70 is the value of x. Now if you put the value of x as 70, what we will get? This is x will become your 70. It means that 70 persons are there which like both the drink. So this will be 120 minus 70, this value will be 50, putting x is equals to 70, and this value will be 90 minus 70, 20. So 20 means only T, if I say that only T, there are 20, both the drink, there are 70 persons who like both the drink. Only coffee would be how much? 50 persons are the persons who like only coffee. Total must be 140 and 10 like none. If I say that those who like tea, when I say those who like tea, tea means the complete values in the circle of tea. It would be 90, 20 plus 70. This includes the people who like coffee also. But when I say tea, it means that we have to include everything within the circle of tea. Same way coffee would be how much? This is 120. We already know that. So in this way we can solve the questions of two variable Venn diagram. That was the easiest question. In the next lesson I will discuss medium to difficult level questions on two variable Venn diagram. Thank you.